decided that it was time to answer some of your most asked questions. My family calls it my superpower. It's my ability to see value in things that other people might overlook. Sometimes I go picking with my boyfriend, sometimes it's my best friend Sue, and sometimes it's my kids. But at the end of the day, it's all about having fun and hopefully just maybe making a profit. I decided that it was time to answer some of your most asked questions. So I have selected 4 questions to answer. These are the questions that you guys ask repeatedly over and over and over again in the comments, and that I've answered over and over again in the comments. And I decided that to avoid having to repeatedly answer these questions, I would just make a video and just answer them so that I would just have to answer them once. But let's be honest, that's not gonna happen. So anyway, let's get to it. Here we go. The first question, it's only 4 questions because you guys know how long-winded I am, and I decided that if I picked more than 4, we'd never get through this. Here we go. Do you resell full-time? No, I do not. I do not resell full-time. I YouTube full-time. YouTube is my full-time job. I actually have 2 channels. I have my Crazy Lamp Lady channel, and I have a Relic Recovers channel. So my Relic Recovers channel is my big channel, and my Crazy Lamp Lady channel is just kind of my little infant baby channel. It's still, Crazy Lamp Lady is still in the crawling stages. We haven't yet really learned to walk. So Relic Recoverist is more in like the running stages. And so between the 2 channels, it's a full-time job. I work 100+ hours a week in YouTube alone. That's filming videos, editing videos, responding to emails, dealing with business stuff, responding to comments, managing Facebook, doing all the different things. Plus, I'm a mom, and that's a full-time job. So do I resell full-time? No. Reselling is more of a part-time thing. At one point in my life, I toyed with the idea of reselling full-time. That was pre-YouTube, and that was pre-mom, really. I owned my own estate liquidation business, and I did cleanouts mostly. I mean, originally I'd wanted to do tag sales, but it seemed all everyone wanted was cleanouts. So what I would do is I would buy estates, and I would clean out entire houses, and I would sell off everything. And that's what I would do. And then I had kids, and I put all that on hold, but then I got into metal detecting, and it stayed on hold, and I never really got back into it. So, yeah, I think that kind of answers that. I don't have the time to resell full-time. It's more of a hobby. But I think that if I didn't have everything else on my plate, I could do it full-time. I don't have the time to do it full-time. So there, that's the answer to that. Moving right along. Okay. Question number 2. Can I send you a picture of a lamp? I can't figure out how much it's worth. Here's the thing. When I first started doing these videos, when I first started my Crazy Lamp Lady channel, I would get maybe 1 to 2 inquiries a week from my viewers asking, can you help me identify this? What is the value of this? And I would respond, and I would tell them everything I knew about this or that, and I felt really good about it. And I felt like I'm helping people, and this is great, and this is what I want to do, and it was a good feeling. I now receive, I went from receiving 1 to 2 a week to receiving 15 to 20 a day. A day. And that's not just like in one place. That's on Instagram, Etsy, my personal Facebook page, my business Facebook page, my email, and they come from everywhere. And And I appreciate you guys trusting in me enough to ask me to identify your stuff, but I can't respond to everyone, and I feel really bad about that. So what I've done is I've actually created a Facebook page where you can post your stuff, and there's a ton of really knowledgeable people. I started the group on February 2nd. It's now March 1st, and it's 1,000 something members. So there's like a huge group of people, and there's so many knowledgeable people in there. So if I'm not able to immediately answer, there's a ton of people in there that like are really smart, and they could probably, I mean, if they might actually be able to say, oh, I know exactly what that is. It's a blah, 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 blah. So as much as I would like to be able to respond to everyone who sends me a message, like I said, I mean, I work 100+ hours a week on YouTube alone, and then I'm a mom on top of that, and with everything else, I can't respond to everybody. And I struggle with that because I want to be available for everyone. It's kind of like one of my things is I'm a people pleaser, but I can't please everyone. So hopefully this Facebook group kind of helps that situation. So I put a link to that Facebook group in every single one of my video descriptions. So you can just scroll on down, and the link is down below in the description. Old things identification. I just didn't want to be like too specific, so I just said old things, even though my English teacher would cringe because things is like, you know, it wasn't like old antiques or old collectibles, old things. That's what it's called. Do you feel bad telling people how much you pay and then asking so much on your Etsy store? I think that would hurt your sales. Oh gosh, the answer is no. I do not feel bad telling people how much I pay and asking so much. When I first started making these videos, I decided that I wanted to be transparent. I wanted to be transparent about how much I was paying for stuff and how much I was asking for stuff. And I wanted to explain to my viewers, okay, this is what I'm paying for it, and this is how much it's worth. And the reason it's worth this much is because this is what it sells for in the current market. And I know this is what it sells for because I'm looking at sold listings, and I know that this is what other people are asking for it. I know this is what it's selling for, you know, and this, it doesn't matter that this person is asking $500 because it just sold for 20 bucks, you know? So I wanted to be transparent, but not only that, I feel like I'm pricing my stuff fairly, like on point with everybody else, but if my viewers can go somewhere else and find the stuff that I'm finding and buy it for cheaper, I'm not gonna be upset. I'm not gonna be hurt. I'm not gonna be like, I can't believe you went somewhere else and bought that. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. I mean, I try to price my stuff as best I can, and I try to price it fairly, but I mess up sometimes. And I do put a code at the end of my videos where you can get 10% off everything in my shop. But not only that, I've been doing this since I was, you know, 19, 20 years old, and I just recently decided to start filming it. I have a lot of sales from my viewers, which has been amazing. Like, I can't believe it. I wasn't expecting it, honestly. But even before I started putting it on YouTube, I was having sales. I mean, my stuff was selling. So I feel like even if I was transparent with you guys and you were like, well, I'm not gonna buy from her because she's making way too much profit, I would still make sales from people who weren't watching me and didn't know who I was, and you know, they just stumbled upon me on, you know, eBay or Etsy and bought my stuff, you know? So I don't feel bad. And I do try to be transparent with you guys, and I feel like that's a good thing. I feel like we have a trusting relationship here. Anyway, question number 4. What is the name of your eBay store? Okay. I do not have an eBay store. Mind blown. I have an Etsy store. I have an Etsy store. It's Crazy Lamp Lady. I don't have an eBay store. You guys hear me reference eBay sold prices all the time. I don't even have an eBay account under my name, believe it or not. And those of you who have bought from me on eBay know that you get a package and it's not from Jocelyn. I do not have an eBay account. I do not have an eBay store. And that's why when you guys ask me for my eBay store or my eBay account, I usually don't respond to the question because I don't have one. It's not that I'm being rude or I just like, I don't know how to respond. And I get the question like every video in the comments like 20 times. I don't have an eBay store. I actually use Andrew's mom's eBay because I don't use it very often. I use it mostly just to look stuff up. I occasionally list something on there, but when I do, it's like mantiques. And we talked about this in a previous video. We talked about how like the demographic of Etsy versus eBay and how Etsy is primarily women. There are men who shop on Etsy. Yeah, because there's cool men's stuff on Etsy. Yeah, I know. But there are a lot more men who shop on eBay. So that being the case, I will list mantiques on eBay because I want to hit that male market. So I will list mantiques on eBay. But it's very rare. So I do not have an eBay store, but I get asked a lot what my eBay store is. So I think those are like the 4 top questions that I get asked that I really wanted to like touch on today. I am going to go through my YouTube questions right now, my most recent YouTube questions, and just answer the questions that I come across. So this will be fun. Where has Sue been? Okay. Sue and I get together every Thursday, and we have been getting together every Thursday for years. But my son recently started basketball practices on Thursdays. So that has kind of cut our time short on Thursdays. And as a result, filming an entire video on a Thursday has been very difficult. It's really hard to cram in like the filming of an entire video on a Thursday. So we are still seeing each other on Thursdays, but getting together to film a video is hard. It's hard to get together to film a video, but Sue is perfectly fine, in good health in fact, and she's doing well. And we're gonna get filming videos soon. We've been together a couple times and twice we've tried to film a video, and I think what I'm actually going to do is stitch those 2 videos together and maybe give you guys a 2-parter. But Sue is fine. Don't worry about Sue. She's good. She's fine. She's well. Sue is good. Don't worry about Sue. Ah, look, do you have an eBay store? It's just right there staring at me. How do I send a picture to see if you can give me some info on the lamp? We covered this one. That was kind of what I was talking about in this video. I get that question a lot. See, this is why I made the video, because already 2 questions in the comments that we've already answered. Are you a full-time seller or do you have a job? I'm not a full-time seller. I have a job. It's YouTube. Okay, things from this video, when do you add them to your Etsy shop? Okay, so this is my process, right? So I go shopping. This is my like day-to-day. If I go shopping, I come home, I drag everything up 3 flights of stairs, I dump it here on my table, I unwrap everything, I film the video, the haul video, and then I drag my light box studio over here and I set it up on the table, and then I grab my spotlights and I set them up on the side of the table and I stick my objects in there and I take a bunch of pictures and I have them all on my phone. And then when my kids are downstairs watching TV, I sit on the couch and I list the items on Etsy, and then I put my kids to bed, and then I edit the videos like until late at night. And that's pretty much my process. So I try to get everything done in one day because I feel like if I don't, it just piles up. So the answer is, when do you add them to your Etsy shop? As soon as possible. I try to get everything done as soon as possible. I'm constantly moving at 1744 miles per hour. It's the best way to do things. All right, I think we have time for one more question. This video is running a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, but you know, I thought 4 questions really, I answered them a little bit faster than I thought I was going to, so then it was like, well, only 4 questions? Let's ask another one. Okay, so we'll do one more question. I'm gonna scroll through here until I find the last and final question, and it better be a good one, and then we're just gonna be done. Okay, where are you from? And I will answer this question, vaguely, of course. I am from South Central Pennsylvania. I'm kind of like near Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I know I travel to a lot of different like thrift stores. I've been to, you know, all the way up to Rhode Island, and I've been to New York, and I've been all over. But my central location is Carlisle area, South Central Pennsylvania. So that's where I'm stationed. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this question and answer video. And I will catch you guys next time. Later.